Welcome to the Fatherhood News Podcast. Please follow us here and subscribe to us on YouTube for your daily news headlines of all the news from the fatherhood space in Elite Dangerous. Here are today's headlines on the 2nd of December 3306.
Good evening, I am Jim Cooper.
And I'm Hannah Williams. We start today's broadcast on the eve of the Galactic Powers Control. Aisling Duval Command Capital looks to be more than double her closest rival, as she continues to grow her political power, while despite approval for the new Farragut-class battle cruisers, politically Zachary Hudson looks to have lost some grounds, unless a late surge in support arrives in the dying hours of this cycle.
In war news, Hejiangai Industry Forces attack on Wold-Rayet survey has taken a step back today, with revolutionary NLTT 14879 Democrats dominating the conflict zones around Hejiangai 3. With over 200 independent pilots fighting for both sides, this war is now too close to call, with commanders rushing to claim the inflated combat and massacre mission bounty.
If ever proof was required that elections should not be judged until every last vote has been counted, then the star system of Badaba today proved all experts wrong, with every single expert predicting a loss for Badaba Interstellar in the dual election for Arrhenius Arsenal and Cooperative Culture Ministry. This election is now too close to call, with a historic comeback. Badaba Interstellar have tied the election, and it now sits with 3 wins on each side, and will all come down to this final cycle.
Despite appeals to the Fatherhood-controlled arbitration court, the hostile takeover election for Delta Company encampment has now been approved. Inland LFT 269 Corp have accused the Fatherhood of siding with their friends as usual. The Fatherhood News will be questioning a member of the Fatherhood Central Command next week, and we will ask them to explain this judgment.
Union of LHS 1758 Alliance attack adverts have been blasted in the docking bays of all stations and outposts in NLTT 14879, showing the weeping mothers of those that were lost in the pirate attack in the last cycle, and placing the blame firmly on the leadership of Hat 94.
I sent a data delivery mission to Labe, telling my sweet boy to come home and vote. He was so excited to ride in business class for the first time. They told us the Fiterla was safe. They promised to protect us. Now, all I do is sit here above the entrance to the docking bay, looking outside my window into the black. You failed us, Hat 94.
Hat 94 continue to fail you. The Union of LHS 1758 Alliance will not. Paid for by the Friends of Crown Camp.
We bring you now the next chapter in our ongoing travel segment, The Distant Return with Tamaya Sutton.
5,290 light-years away from home, and greeted by an amazing stellar phenomenon on his way to the Lagoon Nebula, Mad Dog MacD was now on his way to the first base camp of the Distant Worlds expedition. Once he reached there, engines were powered down, and he kicked back looking at this historic camp with a cup of warm coffee. He realized why the rush to finish. As he looked in his codex, realizing this would be an opportunity to finally visit a Wold-Rayet star, and where he was, he had a choice of several, faced with the choice of a 59 max range jump detour or continuing and visiting on his return leg. Mad Dog MacD bookmarked the star system and turned in for the night. Will the pull of the Wold-Rayet prove too much for Mad Dog MacD? Or will he continue on in the footsteps of those long ago? Tune in next time to Distant Return.
Finally, in business news, Carabinieri Universal Services have lost the war in SPOX 253. Experts say this is down to the single point of failure that was exposed in the previous episode of the Fatherhood News. The influence of this faction will now suffer, and with bounty hunters emboldened, the lives of the board are now at risk. It is hard to say if any of the board members will survive.
Before we leave you, it is my honor to welcome all the new commanders that have joined the Fatherhood today. Blue Squad welcomed Commander Chaos_6_actual. And the following commanders have joined the ranks of Red Squad: Commander SLDGHMMR, Commander UU, Commander SASA, Commander LELSR, Commander Seafarer 1956, Commander Cypher, our first Epic Game Store Commander the very worthy, Commander Danielle Tails Patient Zero, and last but by no means least, Guest Commander, Least Siler. Welcome to the Fatherhood Commanders.
Well, you came back to Maya, so I guess we didn't scare you off just yet?
No, not just yet, and with the special on Friday, I can't wait.
Oh, yes, that just got confirmed. I'm sure it will be exciting, but I think we better leave it there before we let the cat out of the bag.
What's a cat?
Not sure. I failed 21st century history.
Didn't we all? We better sign off before they ask for our report card. I have been Hannah Williams.
And I'm Tamaya Sutton.
And as always, I'm Jim Cooper. Remember, commanders don't dream of the stars, fly amongst them. Thank you and good night.